So he was once regarded as one of the best running backs in the league, in the NFL. He was a touchdown machine. He was plagued by injuries and he was plagued by a new system. And that's why the Arizona Cardinals are going to most likely release David Johnson. And I think the Houston Texans should definitely take a look at bringing him on. Cue the intro.
The city of the dream team, Hakeem, Turing, Beyonce, yeah, man. And I remember hot summer, hot winter. I couldn't fight, so the block made a hot spin.
Hello everybody, welcome back to 713 Houston Sportcast. I am your host, Ruben Calvi, and once again, we're still doing the giveaway for this lovely poster up here. As soon as we get to 500 subscribers, I will be giving one out just like it. But let's get on to the video, guys. You know, David Johnson is going to be cut by the Arizona Cardinals, and I think that it is absolutely, you know, a big, you know, priority to sign him if they do decide to cut him, and if Carlos Hyde does not get re-signed by the Houston Texans. Earlier today, Carlos Hyde, he tweeted out, he's something, I know God got me, so I'm on my own. So who knows, like, you know, like what that means. It could be mean totally different, but since we're, hey, you know, but since we're sports fans, we don't know if that's pertaining to talks with the contracts or if he's just tweeting it just to tweet it. But adding David Johnson to this Houston Texans team will be absolutely special, and here's why I say that. Like I said, at one point, he was one of the best running backs, no, the best running back in the NFL. He had 1,300 yards, 16 plus touchdowns, and then next season, he tore his ACL. Then the next season, he came back, he gets 940 yards, very good. And then last season, you know, we got a new head coach. You know, they got a new quarterback in Kyler Murray. And, you know, the thing with new coaches in, they bring in their guys, you know, the right guys. And that's what they did. They brought in Kenyon Drake. He was an absolute monster towards the end of the season. And that's why I think David Johnson will be fantastic here, because Bill O'Brien loves to run the football. We ran Carlos Hyde a lot. And I love Carlos Hyde, but he's not going to make you miss. He's going to run over you, and you know, he's not a very good pass catcher. And those are three of the things that David Johnson is. You know, he has the speed. He's very shifty. He could juke you. He could spin move. He could jump over you. He could stiff arm you. And also, he is one of the best receiving running backs in the NFL. I cannot tell you how many times the Arizona Cardinals put him out wide and he was running routes. He was going 50-50 for the deep ball. He was making crucial catches on the sideline, 2 feet in. That's what makes David Johnson dynamic. And then adding that, you know, with Duke Johnson, who we already have, who's also one of the best receiving running backs in the NFL, it's going to be dangerous, you know, to guard these two. But adding David Johnson, he could easily get what Carlos Hyde got you, right? He could get you the 1,000+ yards, the 5+ touchdowns, and more receiving yards and more catches. And you know, you don't want to give Carlos Hyde $8 million a year. You know, I'm just being honest. You could sign David Johnson on a cheap 1-year deal, a 2-year deal, and you could watch how it works out. And if it works out fine, hey, you could still sign him for cheap. Whereas this was Carlos Hyde's breakout season. This was his first 1,000-yard season. And you know, he said he wants to be back, but I think there's somebody who could be better, like David Johnson, because he does much more than Carlos Hyde, and he's going to be very cheap. I could easily see him just going off, and if it goes off, Bill O'Brien will look like an absolute genius. I think that David Johnson fits this Houston Texans team, not only in the running game, but he could block as well. He can receive, and he is a game changer. You know, at the beginning of the season, he was Kyler Murray's go-to guy. I don't know what happened. I don't know how he fell off, but, you know, coming onto this new team where you have Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, it's going to motivate him to play as best as he possibly can. And he's going to come onto potentially a championship team. And, you know, it's all systems go from there. If you can bring in a caliber player like David Johnson, you know, the sky's the limit. But like I always say in this video, it is really up to Bill O'Brien. Personally, I think Bill O'Brien has his eye on David Johnson. You know, he likes running backs like David Johnson. So who knows what's going to happen. Question for you guys is, what type of production do you think David Johnson can bring on this team? I think we should definitely pick him up. He's going to be very cheap, and you can use that money that you're saving from Carlos Hyde and sending it somewhere else. Maybe getting a Byron Jones, maybe getting an Armand Armstead. You know, that is something that could help benefit this team in the long run and be kind of a silent killer in addition for this Houston Texans team. But as always, guys, let me know what you think. Go Texans. You guys have a blessed day.